right, I think we're live. Can anybody confirm? Just posting the share link in the groups real quick. What's up, everybody? How's everyone doing? The markets are pumping nicely, as expected. If you watch the middle of the day market update, you would have seen it coming. We talked about this, and we'll get to that in a moment. I mean, first I'm still notifying everybody that we're live. Give me a brief moment. But how's everyone doing? Has everyone had a good week? Let's see. Still figuring out the last things before we get into this. Yeah, I think we're good to go. All right. So how's everyone doing? Welcome to the stream, everybody. We got over 60 people in here, so welcome everybody. It's great that you join me here. Wanted to do a quick stream, just briefly going over the markets again, because I think that's interesting for everybody. And then we'll go over some interesting altcoins, and you can also request altcoins you would like to see. Because usually what I get in my YouTube comments is a lot of people ask me, yo, can you cover this coin? Can you cover that coin? And most often, like if I want to make a video about a coin, I need to know that a lot of people are interested in that. That's usually what I make videos on. So this is the best opportunity, I think, to actually cover those coins, which I might not make a video on. But that's some of you are still interested in getting some sort of an analysis on that. So we'll get to that. First of all, kind of to get back to the markets. If you watched my, by the way, two things. If you watch my videos today, first of all, if you watch my middle of the day market update, which I uploaded 55 minutes ago, you would have expected this. The title is 70k Bitcoin today. It could still be a fake out, so we should be a little bit cautious. But the fundamentals right now look quite good, and we'll get to that in a moment. Let me know, by the way, if the sound is correct. And the second thing is today I covered ApeCoin, and the title is Why Ape Can Pump Soon, because it actually pumped. All right, as expected. What we saw is that ApeCoin, like if you look at this, and someone requested it as well, but we talked about ApeCoin earlier today, and we saw that we were actually gaining some momentum here. And now we're basically getting a lot of liquidations, which at some point of time, we hit a strong support level right here. We got a bullish divergence. Price was making lower lows, while the RSI was making higher highs. So that's why we talked about a potential ApeCoin pump. Congratulations if you watched the video and you actually traded this. I wanted to trade this, but I missed it. So I guess sometimes it's one thing to kind of know what's a possibility, and it's another thing to execute on that. But right now what we're seeing from Bitcoin is some bullish momentum coming in. I mean, it's very fresh, and you can see down here a lot of the bullish momentum right now from Bitcoin is built on leverage. All right, so I do think that we need to be relatively I do think we need to be a bit careful here. But if you look back at last week, Friday, we had the same thing. We had a lot of leverage coming in, and then we actually got the move all the way from this level right here at 66,800, ultimately up to 69,500. All right, so we definitely, like, even though this move is built on leverage, which I don't normally like, it can still be a real move, right? And at this point of time, I think it's a real move, and that has to do with the fundamentals. Because if we talk about the fundamentals right now, like the S&P 500 is ridiculously strong. Stocks are performing very, very well across the board, right? So the Russell 2000, Nasdaq, S&P, very bullish. Dollar strength index is for the first time in a while relatively bearish. And then I'm actually very interested what the Coinbase premium is doing at this point of time. Yeah, the Coinbase premium is also dropping down. All right, so all the fundamentals, or at least crucial fundamentals in my eyes, are starting to look more bullish. They started to look more bullish this morning as well. We got a lot of earning reports, which some of you might be interested in it. I'm not sure, but I am. So we'll take a look at it. But no, if you take a look at some major companies from the US, and this does matter, all right? So for all of you, this does matter. But if you look at at most of them, most actually beat earnings, all right? So their earnings per share, at least, were higher than expected. So that's why I expected the stock markets to continue to be bullish. That's what we're seeing right now. So that's bullish for Bitcoin. Now, ultimately, that's also the reason, in combination with the elections, etc., why I do expect us to get into 69 and potentially 70,000 right now. So that's what I expect. Ultimately, I do want to see some sort of confirmation looking at the price, right? So I think the most important level right now is kind of this level right here, around 68,200. If we can actually close above that again and hold that level, then I think that's technical confirmation as well. And we can actually expect some more bullish momentum. And by the way, right now, like altcoins are still neither here or there, because this bullish Bitcoin momentum is going together with a bullish Bitcoin dominance. So a lot of altcoins are still, pretty difficult. But that's the situation right now. You can see some coins performing quite well. Again, if you watch my middle of the day market update, and I would stress, please watch those, because I do, well, not always, but I do share good information in that, I'd like to think, at least. Because what we talked about there is that the Solana ecosystem still looked quite strong, and now you can see Jito, Jupiter, Solana performing quite well. But that's the situation for now. Ultimately, like I said, fundamentals look better, but we still need some technical confirmation to really start to believe in it again. And I would love to believe in bullish markets now. But now let's get right into it. Let's get right in some requests. So I'll just I'll pick them at random from the chat. All right. Let me know what you're interested in, and if I see one thing come back quite often, then I'll pick those, obviously. And Ante. Yeah, I don't think this is a fake out. I think it's a real breakout. Not sure yet, but all right. Paul just mentioned NEAR. I've started accumulating NEAR again, so that's good for me. But NEAR itself, like if we look at the technicals, it's just consolidating, right? It's just consolidating right here. So I'm accumulating in this range, and I think ultimately will break out, something like this, very beautifully drawn. So I do think it's interesting. I think it's a great project, but at the moment I would not call it bullish, not in any sense of the imagination. Goatzeus or Goatzeus, let's take a look at that. I covered that in a video still yesterday. But no, it's starting to look a little bit more bearish. I mean, what I said yesterday as well on X, if you don't follow me there, go do that. What I said is that if we give up 75 cents, like in my opinion, 75 cents was the most important level. So what you can see right now is that the structure is kind of like this, right? So you had the price going up, got the breakout, and now we had one break down. And that's the situation right now, right? So we broke out, broke back down, and now we're here. That's relatively bearish. I would say if you look at the 1 hour time frame here, GOAT is still consolidating, and we still have a major support at 60 cents. So at the moment, I still think we have a chance to break out. But then again, 75 cents, that's the key level. We need to break above that if we actually want this to rally up higher again. But I do think right now that's still a possibility. If we drop down below 60 cents, it's most likely going to trend downwards. So that's a key level to watch as well. And at the moment, 4 hour time frame is just consolidating. All right, so it's just neutral. So I would expect, I would wait for the breakout. Wait for 75. Wait for 60 cents to break, and then you have some confirmation of what's most likely to happen. My indicator on the bottom. This is a good one. Can I find it real quick? Yeah, so it's called, this is, by the way, this is an indicator. It's free. You should use this because this is open interest. All right, so this is one of the best indicators to kind of see what has momentum and see where positions are being opened. It's called the Open Interest Suite, aggregated by Leviathan. Great creator on X as well. He makes great indicators. That's what it's called. It's for free. You can find it in the library on TradingView. Would definitely recommend that. But let's take a look at some other ones. I'll just check what I see. Mudeng. Yeah, so I saw Mudeng yesterday. Mudeng was already quite strong. Ridiculously strong right now. Look, I cannot say too much about this. All right, Mudeng, it pumped because of the Binance listing. To me, it looks like we are at a very strong resistance level here, just judging off of the limited data we have on Bybit perps between 20 cents right here and 17.5 cents. Both strong psychological levels as well. I would personally avoid trading this. And that's for the simple reason that it just got that Binance listing, which usually causes a lot of volatility. If we are able to break above 20 cents here, then maybe it's a great opportunity to accumulate some more. But before we have done that, I don't think it makes sense. So Mudeng, like normally, especially with a coin such as Mudeng, I would say if it gets one of these major listings, stay away from it for some time before getting back into it. And Bitcoin right now is struggling quite a bit. We have to stay. We have to keep updated on. We have to stay updated on Bitcoin as well here. But right now it looks like a fake out. To be fair, we'll see where it goes. The 1 hour time frame candle closes in 15 minutes. An hour later we have the 4 hour time frame candle. So we'll see where this brings us. But those are my thoughts on Mudeng. Oko banks, yeah, Link. I actually saw Link gain some more momentum over the last couple of days, but I'm not sure if it's ready to break out, because in my eyes it needs to break above like at least like 12.8 cents before I would say it's interesting. Excuse me, by the way, I have a little bit of a dry throat still. Jito is requested by Naim. Jito, I'm long on Jito, all right? So just so you know, I'm a little bit biased on this. And guys, if you're going to spam, I'm going to ban. All right. If you're going to spam coins to analyze them, I'm not going to analyze them, of course. I'm going through them. I'll try to cover everything. Not sure if I'll be able to, but we'll try that. But please don't spam, because then other people have less of a chance to get covered as well. But no, Jito right now, I'm not sure what the unlocks are. Are the unlocks actually major or not? Because unlocks are, especially in bullish market circumstances, if there's a token unlock, that can very often also be a reason to pump up the price, right? Because a lot of people short ahead of the unlocks, and then you get some sort of a short squeeze. Yeah, in 42 days, in December it is, right? It looks like it's in December at least. Yeah, is that a lot? Yeah, it's the investors and the core contributors. Yeah, that's going to have an impact, but it's too far away right now to kind of judge what it's going to do, because in bullish market circumstances, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to dump. Kaima, I just told you, if you're going to spam, I'm not going to cover it. Let's take a look at Fetch. Fetch, I keep an eye on Fetch quite often, but Fetch right now just doesn't look great. I mean, we had quite a strong trend line right here, together with a strong support level around 1.3 and 1.25, and you can see we barely found support there, right? I mean, you would have expected that this level right here would have created some more support and created some more bullish momentum. But we got a weak bounce from there, and right now we're testing it already. So Fetch, look, Fetch has potential, and then there were some rumors I heard in the chat. We have that perhaps Injective is going to join their alliance. But I would purely technically, I need to see some sort of a structure break, all right? So right now there's clearly either a neutral or a bearish structure. I need to see some momentum come in before I would say Fetch is interesting. And right now, unfortunately, unless Bitcoin turns bullish here, which it's struggling right now, but unfortunately I think it's most likely we're going to drop down on Fetch. Just purely on the lower time frames, looking at the structure here, That seems most likely. Now, obviously, it is a possibility that we do gain some momentum. If Bitcoin is able to do something like this, fetch is not going to crash, right? I mean, if Bitcoin is bullish, fetch is not going to crash. But Bitcoin right now is not necessarily bullish. So that's why this still seems most likely. Excuse me. Let's take a look at dogs. I think we're done quite quickly with dogs. Yeah, dogs is still bearish. Well, dogs is consolidating now a bit in this area right here between 6,500 and 8,000. As long as dogs is trading below 8,000, don't trade it. All right, don't bother. It's most likely to trend down lower. There's no indication of momentum coming in, so dogs right now, not much I can say about it. It's just bearish. On the higher time frames, short term, like I said, you could argue that we are consolidating here, but even if we are, there's no indication yet that we will get a bullish breakout eventually. So that's why I would not accumulate in this accumulation range. Let's see. There's a lot of requests coming in. I'm not sure if I'll be able to cover everything. Of course. And Sammy, yes, I am from the Netherlands. Dus goedemiddag. Let's see. Let's see what has been requested earlier. Yeah, Matus, Snoofy, I actually hold some of that. But I'm not sure if I'll be able to do some sort of an analysis on that, because I don't know this well enough. And at the moment, if we're just looking at the price, it doesn't look great. We just had some sort of a dump. This is more of a look. If you know the community and if you know the people behind it, this could be an interesting hold. But I just don't know enough about it to say anything on this. And there's talks about some FUD, so that's never a great sign either. Solana ecosystem best is just either meme coins or Jito and Jupiter. Those are by far the best, and Jito right now is performing the best. Although I should say, if you look at the price of Jito right here, it's not the best buy because it's basically consolidating on the higher time frames, right? So yeah. AV Creations, I have videos on that. All right, if you go to my channel and you go to playlists and you go to where is it? And you go to trading education, and if you check out that playlist, then there's a video on open interest somewhere. Let me look it up. Yeah, so for example here, OI divergence strategy, that's about open interest. And just the strategy to find the best cryptos to trade, that uses open interest as well. How to find pumping and rallying cryptos, that uses open interest. So there's a ton of free education in that playlist, which, by the way, for some others of you who don't know, I have a ton of trading education in this playlist. All right, so check that out if you're interested in that. And open interest is definitely a concept I think you should know. Bitcoin a little bit more bullish again. Yeah, Kaima, momentum in my eyes, look, traders, a lot of traders see this differently, but momentum in my eyes is a combination of volume, momentum, or open interest, excuse me, volume, open interest, and price. All right, so for example, if I can find an example somewhere right here. So yeah, if you look at Solana, for example, excuse me. Solana was, and you can see that right here. Like if we go to CoinMarketCap of Solana, we had a strong resistance level here around 160 and 164. And then what you saw is that when the price actually got up to that level, we started gaining volume, first of all. Then down here, you can actually see that we started to gain open interest. So we were gaining volume and open interest. And then we broke out. All right, so with volume and with open interest increasing, we got a breakout above a major level. Then we have momentum in my eyes. All right. That's it, simply said. That's what it is. There's more things around it. I do think you need to know, but still, Jito and Jupiter overvalued, in my opinion. Look, maybe it depends on how you look at it, right? I mean, they both are normal projects. They make revenue, and Wilco, there's nothing I can do about it. It's I'm just still a little bit ill, and I'll grab some more water in a moment. Naeem, I just talked about it. That I have a trading education playlist on the channel where you can find it. And no, but no, GTO and Jupiter overvalued to a certain extent, yes. But I think at the moment, short term, especially if Bitcoin is able to get some bullish continuation here, I don't think they're overvalued. I still think they can rally up higher, right? And then fundamentally, you can always make an argument that they are overvalued. But for now, like I said, I don't think that is the main thing to focus on, given the momentum that they have. Yeah, Naeem, like I said, I mean, you have to listen. If you go to my channel, if you go to my playlist, the trading education playlist, there's a ton of videos right here focused on that, all right? So for example, if you go to the playlist right here, certain videos such as how to find good crypto trades, how to find pumping and rallying cryptos, etc. Those are the best ones. Okay, I'll be right back, grabbing some water. All right, we're back again. Let's see what the market is doing. Bitcoin is still struggling a bit here. S&P still, well, S&P pulling back a little bit as well. That's fine. Dollar strength index still bearish. All right, let's do a couple more coins. Moonwell, not too much. Moonwell is a base coin. Looks quite interesting. I mean, it's been very bullish, but I'm not too bullish on base yet. So Moonwell, I know it has performed very well this month, as you can see, and Aerodrome as well. So base coins, maybe I should have kept an eye on it. But at these levels, after having already rallied so much, at this market cap, I'm not too interested in it. Andre, it's fine. It's just a little bit of a cold. Don't worry. Hania, please don't spam. Come on, man. What is this? Rudresh, not that I know. No, Aptos at the moment, I would actually say it's still strong. It's fundamentally growing a lot. And sure, I mean at some point of time they're going to sell some tokens, but a $20 billion loss? I don't think so. Sui at the moment is it still looks bearish. What I said in my last video is still true. So last video we covered it when the price was right here, around $2, and what we said then is that we would probably not break out above that, and that it would be more likely that we would drop down into this level right here between 1.85 and 1.8. And I still think that's the case. For me, the earliest buy area where I would consider buying SUI is this level right here between 1.8 and 1.75. That's by far the strongest level. You can see historically, it's a strong level. 1.75 is a strong psychological level. You have the 382 FIB there of the entire move up, so that's ridiculously strong. So there, I would consider buying SUI. But I'm not sure if I would. I mean, it still depends on the market circumstances, right? Turbo, interesting. I'm not sure if it's interesting. Turbo, it's kind of the same as SUI. The lower time frame structure, in my eyes, is bearish here. And with SUI, I have a very strict policy that I will not buy SUI unless we actually see some momentum. So right now, you can see down here that the momentum is decreasing. You can see the price on the lower time frames is forming some sort of a bearish structure. So can we turn bullish? Of course, but it's waiting for some sort of a bullish breakout, and then after that, we'll talk again, and then we can talk about some sort of a move back up to the highs. But right now, it looks most likely that we'll drop down lower on this as well. Yeah, fetch we already covered. Let's do Phantom. Dogecoin, I made a video on this morning. And in that video, like if you watch the first minute, you'll know what I expect. So I would suggest that. Excuse me. Must be annoying to listen to, but I'm not sure what it is. But if I talk for like a relatively long period of time, it's also in some videos my throat just gets really dry and I have to cough. At least if I'm a little bit ill-ish. But no, Phantom. I think Phantom ultimately is consolidating here. Fundamentally, I'm bullish on Phantom due to their Sonic rebrand, which is probably going to happen in December. And it looks right now like we had a bit of an uptrend right here. It looks like we have shifted that and we've rounded off. So short term, I don't think Phantom is turning bearish. But I do think we'll have a bearish move into this level right here between 62 and 60 cents. Find support there, and I will probably buy Phantom around 60 cents. I really like that area. But we'll consolidate, and then eventually I do think when the markets get better, or at least when the altcoin market gets better, I think we can have that move into 90 cents. So it's waiting for that. All right, let's do a couple more. We've been streaming now for 28 minutes. So I'm almost going to cut this out. Going to cover a couple more. All right, Floki for Simon. Yeah, Floki is just consolidating my eyes. All right, Floki on the higher time frames, it's very clear what's going on, and that is a consolidation here between this level around 16,500 and the value area low right here around 11,500. There is, and this could be interesting, there is a bit of an uptrend here. This is definitely something to keep an eye on. Like if we get some sort of a strong reaction from this trend line, that could turn into a bigger breakout. But at the moment, I don't see enough. I don't see enough confirmation to assume we're going to get that breakout. Still holding Tau? No, I've never held Tau. I wanted to get into Tau, but it never hit my area. Paul, yeah, let's cover Move Easy or movies, and that's the last one we'll cover. But this is I know this crypto from a while back. But honestly, this is not looking great. I've known this crypto since it launched back in 2022, but it's never like no, this is, in my eyes, look, I know they actually do have a serious project and a real product, etc. But this is not a coin I would buy. Maybe this is a move to earn crypto, right? So maybe if the move to earn narrative is starting to perform better again, maybe then it gets interesting. But at the moment, unfortunately, this is not a coin I would purchase. There's just not enough volume. There's not enough activity. There's no real fundamental narrative behind it, etc. So therefore, it's I don't think it could turn into something, of course. And at a $175,000 market cap, look, there is potential, but I would rather wait for it to start developing a little bit better in terms of the price and then enter higher than getting right now. All right, let's do the final one. Saga, I think Saga is bearish on the lower time frames, yeah. But let's cover Say. Here is the last one, and I'm getting an ape alert. What is this? Is ape pumping even higher? Because that would be not great, since I missed it. No, ape is probably not going to break out, by the way. So I actually do think that shorting ape would not be a bad idea, I think. And AP3 is also doing great. AP3 is gaining a lot of volume. Like this is, if I can give you one coin to keep an eye on, it would be this one. For sure. I mean, the chart, I know it looks cursed, all right? But the volume is very high. It's gaining momentum. So I'm not telling you to buy this, but I do think you need to keep an eye on this. I think this could actually be very interesting if we get some sort of a breakout here above 1.75 AP3. But let's finish with Say, and then we're done for today. So Say if this is very comparable, I think, to Phantom. All right, if you look at this chart, Phantom is a bit more bullish, but I think it's very comparable. And I actually do think this level right here at 40, but between 40 and 39 cents, I think that's a very critical level for Say, because we need to hold that to stay in this consolidation. And for now, I do think we'll hold it. All right, so I actually do think Say is actually a decent buy here. I think if Say can get some sort of a reclaim here above 42 cents, I think we can easily move all the way back into 48 and 50 cents. And hopefully eventually break out as well. But no, that was it. We'll end the video on a positive note, because Bitcoin seems relatively bullish again. The fundamentals are still the same. The fundamentals are relatively bullish. I do want to have a look at the Bitcoin, at the Coinbase premium. Yeah, Coinbase premium decreasing a little bit more here as well. So that's bullish as well. So let's see. I would, if I would have to give you a prediction, it would be that Bitcoin is going into 69 and potentially 70,000 over the weekend. But it will be volatile. All right. All the days ahead of the election will be volatile. So be careful. I'll still keep you updated on that as well, of course. But that's what I think you need to know for now. All right. So that was the stream for now. If you do have any, if you do have any more questions, etc., make sure to join the free Telegram or Discord servers. Links to that will be down in the description. But for now, I want to wish you all a great weekend. Thank you all for being here. It was a great stream, I think, and I'll see you all in my next videos or streams, right? Because I will try to stream a little bit more often. I won't promise it just yet, but I will try. So that was it. Thank you.